What is wrong with you? I called you 10 times, not 1 or 2, but you still ignored me. Did your mom teach you to be so rude to your mother-in-law? You need to answer immediately when I call you. You have an obligation to take my calls.
I thought I told you. It's hard for me to answer your calls when I'm at work. I'm sure you already knew I was at work, so why did you have to call me 10 times? You could have left a message and I should be able to get back to you when I have free time, don't you think so? Besides, I was in a meeting. How was I supposed to answer your calls when I was in the middle of it with my managers?
Your excuses are lame as hell. You could have answered by stepping out of the meeting room for a second. You work for a small company that's known for nothing. You can't even answer your mother-in-law's phone calls. You should quit your job if your managers don't let you answer personal calls during work hours. You know what? That's what you should do. Quit your job.
Excuse me?
You should quit your job and become a full-time homemaker. You should pay more attention to supporting my son and becoming a stay-at-home mom by having a baby. You've been married for over 2 years, but you still don't have a baby? Having a baby is what you need right now, not a job. A woman having a job is worthless. In the complex journey of marriage, it's not uncommon to face various difficulties and experience moments of resentment between two individuals. These challenges can arise from differences in opinions, conflicting priorities, or misunderstandings that accumulate over time. However, when a couple does not have children, the dynamics of their relationship can be influenced differently. The presence of children often adds a layer of responsibility and commitment to the relationship. Parents strive to create a stable and nurturing environment for their children. This shared responsibility can sometimes act as a binding force that encourages couples to work through their differences and find solutions together. The welfare and happiness of their children become a central concern, motivating parents to explore avenues of compromise and reconciliation. On the other hand, when a couple does not have children, the decision to separate may feel more accessible. Without the added responsibilities and shared obligations toward raising a family, smaller conflicts or differences in priorities might seem significant enough to consider parting ways. The absence of children can sometimes make it easier for individuals to prioritize their own desires, as they may feel less tied down by the responsibilities and commitments that parenthood entails. My late husband and I had differences and resentments, but we overcame because we had Max together. I know you must be thinking right now, this old lady is nagging at me again, but I'm telling you, this is for your sake. My son is much better than you in all aspects, so what if he decides to leave you one day? However, he might choose to stay if you have children together. Oh, wait, you don't have problems conceiving a child, do you?
Vivian, we don't have any problem conceiving a child. We just don't think we're ready yet, especially financially. Besides, a child is a gift from God and has nothing to do with whether I have a job or not. Having a job doesn't guarantee the ability to have a child, nor does it prevent someone from having a child. Also, I'm happy with my job, so I have no intention of quitting it.
Oh, I knew you were going to be stubborn. You always pretend to be so gentle and docile, but you are actually so stubborn about everything. You always say, yes, I will, but when you turn around, you do nothing as I tell you to. You're extremely self-willed. I'm so sick of you pretending to be a submissive daughter-in-law when you're with my son, and that you always talk back to me when we're only the two of us. Max needs to know how you're two-faced and that you're not the person he thinks you are.
May I ask why you texted me? I'm in between the meetings and it starts in a minute.
Stop talking about the meetings. I'm saying don't be braggy about having a job. What's with the attitude of feeling superior to me? Is it because I've been a full-time homemaker all my life and you're such a career woman? Oh, I hate you so much. This is why I can't love you whatsoever, no matter how hard I try. I hate you pretending to be sophisticated and classy and elegant.
Excuse me, if you have nothing more to say...
You need to deposit $300 to my account right now. There's a skincare product set available on the Home Shopping Network at an incredibly low price. They have discounted $500 worth of skincare products to $300 for a limited quantity, but only for a short time. Seems like such a great deal that it might sell out quickly, so deposit the money immediately.
Skincare products? Again? You bought the whole set from the Home Shopping Network not too long ago.
Do you think they're the same when that one was only $100 and this one is $300? I have such delicate skin, so I need to use expensive and high-quality skincare. My face breaks out if I use cheap ones, especially during dry seasons like now. My skin needs a generous portion of expensive skincare products. Aging will happen in the blink of an eye if I don't take care of my skin, and that's the last thing I want. I believe it's crucial to prioritize using high-quality products, especially when it comes to skin and hair care products. When it comes to my hair, I take pride in having fuller and thicker hair and maintaining excellent hair condition than all of my friends. I'm in my 60s already, and it's hard for my age to maintain such full and thick hair like myself. Investing in quality products will certainly play a part in achieving and maintaining healthy hair. Women should never give up their femininity until the end. They should always strive to be beautiful, like flowers, wherever and whenever. It's said that even in nursing homes, beautiful grandmothers are welcomed and admired.
You must be talking about the shampoo that I put in your bathroom. Costco brand shampoo, which is not expensive to begin with, was on sale, so I got it and put it in your bathroom for you. I knew it wouldn't be very different from the expensive ones, right?
What was that again? Are you trying to piss me off or something? How dare you let me use such cheap wholesale warehouse brand shampoo without my permission? No wonder my hair has been frizzy lately, which I thought strange. Now I realize it was you who poured such cheap stuff onto my hair.
I couldn't help it. I had no other choice. Since you insist on Max and I moving out more often than not, we need to save as much as possible to accumulate the down payment to get a place of our own. I'm sure you're well aware that the money we saved to buy a house is all gone to pay back your debts, yet you still haven't given up your materialistic desires. It's a shame that you still don't understand the importance of being economical and frugal, and it makes me frustrated.
What did you say? Who do you think you are criticizing and nagging at me when my son is okay with how I spend the money he earned for me? You're clearly out of line. You can move out if you want, but leave Max here with me. My son is going to live with me in my house forever and ever. You should go. You don't even know how to do basic house chores, just like other women. You don't know how to fold laundry correctly, so you fold them in a million different shapes and ways. You barely clean the house, just roughly run the vacuum around without thoroughly cleaning every corner with a dry Swiffer, and you never mop properly either. Your food is so bland and tasteless, making me and my son lose our appetite just by looking at it. I told you so many times that I like meat pasta instead of seafood, but you never bother to make meat pasta once. Have you seen Max? He's so skinny that it looks like he lost more than 20 pounds. He lost so much weight because your food is so bad. Your cooking skills sucks. I can go on and on about how you have no business being a wife and a daughter-in-law. Who are you to criticize me when you can't even fulfill your duties properly as a daughter-in-law?
Vivian, last time when I made beef pasta, you went on a rampage, saying that if you accidentally bit into a tough piece of beef and your expensive dental implant came off, I would be held responsible. That's why I started making seafood pasta for you after that incident.
Oh, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear about it. I still don't understand why my son fell for someone like you and even married you. You're way too tall, like a giraffe. Not to mention you're bony, skinny, which looks very unpleasant. Of course, you don't have any curves. I hate tall girls the most in the world. I despise them. Girls are supposed to be petite. They look cute and lovely when they're petite, just like me. Back in the day, my husband used to say he loved how I fit in his arms perfectly when he embraced me. All men in the world love petite girls just like my husband did, so I wanted a petite girl to be my daughter-in-law, but what happened? I hate to look at you. You look like a giant.
I may look like a giant to you, who is not even 5 feet tall, but I'm just a little bit taller than average. Not a big deal.
Are you making fun of me and calling me a dwarf?
That is not what I meant.
Isn't it your expertise to be sarcastic and pretend you don't mean what you said, eventually provoking people to anger? Is that how you seduced my innocent son? Did you manipulate my son by not being straightforward with your feelings for him, but somehow making him say, "I love you" first? Be honest with me. You basically begged Max to marry you, didn't you?
It's true that I was the one who fell for him instantly and mustered the courage to confess my feelings first. However, marriage should be built upon the foundation of mutual affection and genuine connection, rather than one person desperately begging the other to enter into matrimony.
There you go. My son is such a nice guy who can't say no to a woman begging him to marry her. He must have been forced to marry you with some kind of empathy, but I'm positive that he's full of regrets by now. He wouldn't even want to look at your face because he doesn't love you. His life would be miserable because he's tied to someone he doesn't even love. The thought of him spending the rest of his life with someone who doesn't love must be devastating.
I doubt it. Max is not the person you claim to know.
I know my son better than anyone in the world. I'm the one who gave birth to him, remember? Just by observing the limited conversations you have with him at home, it's evident that there is a lack of connection between you two. I can't help but notice the stark difference in how he treats you as his wife, compared to how warmly he treats me as his mother. You should remember that he always gets a piece of cheesecake, which is my favorite, rather than a piece of chocolate mousse cake, which is your favorite. It clearly indicates that his love for you has already faded by never getting your favorite, but mine. It's possible that he never loved you in the first place.
I don't think so.
Quit with this nonsense. I'm a busy person and I don't have time for this. Just deposit $300 right now. I'm sure the skincare products have been sold while we were having this meaningless conversation. If they're all sold out and I can't buy them, I will never forgive you.
It's you who is talking nonsense to me when I have a business to take care of. You're leaving me exhausted. I'm being crystal clear that I won't do what you're asking me to do, so please excuse me now. Max, when are you getting off from work tonight? I've been kicked out of home by your mom.
What do you mean she kicked you out?
When I came home after work, I noticed boxes placed outside the door with notes attached to them. The notes said to take my belongings and get the hell out because she couldn't stand the sight of me anymore. It seems like she has already changed the locks, and when I try to call her, she doesn't answer.
Why did she kick you out all of a sudden? I don't understand.
Earlier today, she wanted me to deposit $300 into her bank account so she could buy skincare products that she saw on the Home Shopping Network. I refused, and it seems that she was mad because of that. When can you come home? Do you think it's okay for me to wait for you and go into the house together? If we come inside together, it seems like she'll have no choice but to accept me as well.
No, you don't need to do that. She's telling you to leave. Why would you want to go back home if she wants you to leave?
What is that supposed to mean? Are you trying to throw me out too? Are you on the same page as your mother? Do you agree with her that I'm incapable of managing the household chores and cooking and that my tall and slender figure is unappealing to you? Is that why you want to kick me out of the house and divorce me?
Excuse me? I don't understand a single thing that you're saying. Why are you so upset?
How could I not be upset? Your mom told me to stop wasting my time on my insignificant job and instead focus on supporting you and having a baby. She even asked me if we, particularly I, have problems conceiving a child after giving me the longest lecture ever. We have been married for over 2 years, and throughout this time, I have carried the burden of not being able to conceive, which has caused me immense anxiety and feelings of guilt. For the moment, I thought to myself that I might be the problem. It has been a challenging journey for me both emotionally and physically. On top of that, I've been unable to manage household chores, and Vivian has been harassing me for being an unfriendly daughter-in-law to her. Despite the hardships I have faced, I have continued to love you wholeheartedly and put my trust in you. In moments of loneliness and despair, you have been my anchor, the person I have relied on. However, what hurts me the most is not only the fact that your mother has forced me out of the house, but also your response to the situation. As my husband, I have expected you to be by my side, to provide me with the support, protection, and reassurance that I need so desperately. I have longed for you to stand up for me, to unequivocally declare that I am your significant other and that we will face any challenges together. The simple act of telling me that you will take me back home should be a given, a reassurance that I am not alone in the struggle. But How could you tell me you're going to dump me so easily?
What are you talking about? I'm asking because I don't understand what you're saying. I never said I'm dumping you. I'm just saying that you don't need to go back to the place that kicked you out. I'm saying you don't need to suffer because of my mother ever again. I know we're not quite ready, but let's get our own place. I'm sorry to your parents, but let's temporarily stay at their place for the time being until we get our own place. They'll understand, right? You should head to their place first. I'll pack my stuff and be on my way after I finish work tonight.
Are you sure? Or are you not going to divorce me?
Divorce you? Why would you think I would divorce you?
Well, I'm too tall and slim and I suck at cooking. Vivian told me more than 1,000,000 times that your type is a petite woman, which is the opposite of me.
What are you talking about? I like tall girls like you, unlike my short mother, and I also like a slender figure like you, rather than a chunky figure like her. And compared to her cooking, where she simply puts all the ingredients in one pot and boils them, your cooking, for which you even obtained a cooking certificate, is much more good for me.
But you never told me my food was good.
I apologize for that. I was shy to say so in front of my mom. I felt awkward expressing that your food is delicious in her presence. It's embarrassing for me that even at this age, I can't be confident and comfortable, and I feel shy expressing love towards you when she's around. I also feel sorry for leaning more towards my mom, who lost my dad at an early age, as I'm concerned about her loneliness. It's not like I don't understand your loneliness, and even knowing that she says unpleasant things to you, I haven't been able to provide you with much support, and I feel truly ashamed. I thought that over time, she and you would become a true family, but it seems I wasn't thinking straight. I was wrong. She will never change.
So, you're saying the reason why you only get a piece of cheesecake that she likes and not a piece of chocolate mousse cake that I like is not because you hate me?
I'm sorry? The reason why I always get a piece of cheesecake instead of chocolate mousse cake is because I think it's less unhealthy by having less sugar and more protein. What should I do if you misinterpret such trivial stuff like that? I thought you would know how I felt even when I don't show it to you, but I was mistaken. I'm so sorry, honey.
How can I possibly understand your feelings when you don't express them? But what about Vivian if you also leave the house? How will she cope? It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that her love for her son is the number one in the universe. Will she let it happen?
No, that's not love, but an obsession. If she truly loved me as her son, she wouldn't have caused so much pain to the woman I love. I felt sorry for her, as she lost her husband at a young age, and I tried my best to fill that void as her son. But I didn't realize she would become so obsessed with me even when I'm all grown up and married to build my own family. Trust me, I won't make you suffer alone anymore. Even if she tries to talk to you, you don't have to respond.
You're a sneaky rat. Didn't I tell you to get the hell out of my house alone? Did I tell you to take my son with you? Who do you think you are trying to take my son away from me? He is a part of me, someone I gave birth to and raised. Without my son, I can't breathe, eat, or sleep. He is my friend, husband, and son all in one, who supported me during my despair after losing my husband at an early age. Send my son back home right now if you don't want to see me dying.
Don't do this to me. You should talk to your son directly.
I'm talking to you because he's not answering the phone. What did you possibly say to my son that made him do this to me? You're a two-faced, cunning snake and an evil bitch. I hated you coming between my son and me in the first place. I can't stress enough that he belongs to me. Give my son back to me right now.
Do you think I'm a merchandise good that can be returned to you? I'm not going back to you ever again, so don't try and call me. It's better for both of us if you don't have to see my wife anymore, whom you hate so much. Isn't that what you wanted so badly?
Oh, honey, what are you talking about? You know I only hate her, not you. You're my only love in the world. She can leave if she wants to, but she can't take you with her. Why are you trying to leave with her?
Have you forgotten that she and I are husband and wife? Have you forgotten the commitment we made to each other? If she is the needle, then I am the thread, It's a natural and inseparable connection. From the beginning of our marriage, she considered your struggles due to debt, and she and I took care of you so that you would have no inconvenience in your life. Don't you feel any remorse or gratitude or shame towards her? Does she really have to buy an expensive $300 skincare product for you, on top of providing your essential needs, including feeding you, clothing you, and giving you a place to sleep? Did you find it so difficult and unfair to do some household chores while you do nothing at home when your daughter-in-law is at work? You know better than anyone that the three of us can't make a living only by my income. That's why she has to have a job that you always call insignificant to support you. She doesn't have to have a job if there were only her and I, but there was no other choice when you came into the picture. Despite all of this, you even threw away the food that she made instead of helping her. You truly are the worst. I don't want to see you or talk to you ever again, so pay off your debts and live on your own.
No, Max, take a moment to listen to Mommy. If I have done anything wrong, it's simply that I loved you too much. Is that a crime? Are you really going to leave me just for loving you too much? How can a son abandon his mother? Have you forgotten that we are connected by a single umbilical cord, bound together by fate?
You committed a crime by gaslighting my wife. You lied. You constantly told her that I don't love her, but she is the love of my life. I love her with all of my being, no matter what you believe or what you say to her. If a son has left his mother and established his own family, he has a duty to be loyal to his own family rather than his mother. I would have never chosen you as my mother if I had the choice. Don't come looking for me ever again. Live your life on your own. After what happened, I blocked my mom's contact, and I'm living my life without seeing her. We moved out of my parents-in-law's house, where we were temporarily staying, and now we're renting our own place. It may be small, but it's our cozy little nest, where we can laugh, talk, and love each other freely. I'm grateful that we've been blessed with a new life as well. According to what I heard from relatives, my mother is working in a meat factory to repay her debts. Even though she may be going through difficult and exhausting times, I do not feel sympathy because I believe that she should be responsible for the debts that she created. Perhaps there may come a day where reconciliation is possible, and I can show the new life to her, but for now, I want to focus solely on my wife and our soon-to-be born child. I want to fulfill my role as a husband and be the most caring and faithful father to our child. I have a great feeling that the three of us are going to have a wonderful life together. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.